What do you get when one of boxing's pound-for-pound elites, coming off the pursuit of a career-defining showdown, suddenly ends up hospitalized after an unexpected backstage punch? This situation has moved far beyond typical rivalry talk. It involves Terence Crawford, a fighter widely regarded as one of the best in the sport, caught off guard during a crucial moment in his journey, and Gervonta Davis, a major name in boxing whose recent behavior has raised questions, especially after a Fight Week press event reportedly descended into disorder.
Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. If everybody in the crew win, I mean, win.
Same question for you. You're a proud father.
Now, speaking from his hospital room, Terence Crawford has finally addressed the incident, and his comments have shifted the entire narrative. The confrontation reportedly took place backstage during the press conference for Canelo Alvarez and Crawford, where tensions were already high. The event was not connected to Gervonta Davis, yet he was present. Witnesses claim that as Crawford stepped away from the stage briefly, Davis crossed paths with him in a crowded area. Although no official cameras were focused there, members of Canelo's team, Crawford Group, and event staff were nearby and saw the situation unfold.
Last one, because Shakur just came through. Talk to me about your relationship. You look like you was in a fight today. What?
It's hot in here. You know what I mean? So it's cool, man.
I mean, bringing him to this fight, getting him ready mentally.
According to witnesses, a brief exchange between Terence Crawford and Gervonta Davis quickly became heated and turned personal. Before anyone nearby could intervene, Davis allegedly landed a punch that connected directly. Security immediately stepped in to separate them, but the impact had already taken effect. Crawford appeared unsettled afterward, received medical attention on site, and was later transported to a hospital for further examination. That one strike immediately set off intense reactions online, with boxing fans questioning why Gervonta Davis would put so much at risk once again. From his hospital room, however, Terence Crawford reportedly remained calm and focused rather than shaken. He is said to have made it clear that the incident would not interfere with his scheduled bout against Canelo Alvarez, describing the situation with Davis as a distraction rather than a setback. His response highlighted that his attention stays fixed on the most important fight of his career, signaling that he views the backstage altercation as background noise instead of a true obstacle.
Tank would never even think about to come up to 154.
What about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens? Or
Man,
is it
I just really don't like that dude.
like, why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like,
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your.
I don't like nothing about him. I just felt like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah,
but like his core personality.
To understand the tension, we have to go back to where it began. Gervonta Davis, speaking with his usual confidence, had previously suggested that if he stepped up in weight, defeating Terence Crawford would not be a problem. For Crawford, who has controlled multiple divisions and became the undisputed champion at 147 pounds, that remark came across as a clear sign of disrespect.
Claimed that if he moved up in weight, he could easily beat Crawford. For a fighter like Bud, who's dominated multiple weight classes,
in response, Terence Crawford pushed back by challenging the strength of Gervonta Davis' opposition and raising doubts about the overall depth of his record.
How does a fight with you and Terence Crawford look? 147? I tapped that chin. You know he going to sleep.
I already know. I already know he
ain't
is.
got no chin.
I already know he is.
said no chance.
I got round 5.
You got round 6.
At a recent gala, Terence Crawford made a subtle remark about Gervonta Davis not being present. hinting that he believes he competes at a different level. Davis responded by pointing to his popularity and financial success to defend his position, but Crawford continued to assert himself rather than surrender attention. The situation became even more surprising when Davis revealed plans to retire in 2025, leaving him with a limited period to solidify his place in boxing history.
How you feel about that fight? Is it even possible at a catch weight?
Nah, ain't no catch weight. You come up to 47.
You're not even entertaining the catch weight.
No, I'm not.
He's a champ though too, undefeated.
And what champ? Come on, man, tell me what belt. You know boxing. You forgot Devin Haney is undisputed. Devin Haney got all the belts. He the champ. Nobody else the champ. I'm gonna come up here where the big boys at.
All right,
I'll welcome him.
With Gervonta Davis approaching the final stage of his career, fans are calling for major matchups that truly define his legacy. A showdown with Terence Crawford would serve as an ideal farewell, bringing together two elite names in a contest that could leave a lasting mark on the sport.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight, you're out of it?
Yeah,
Care to elaborate on that?
out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
But even though Gervonta Davis appears open to making the matchup happen, Terence Crawford remains uncertain and has his own concerns about moving forward with the fight.
What changed? What made this trash, garbage?
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
I'm out of it.
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like the talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything?
Fed up with the
Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford or Leonard Edelby? Usually they're around to.
You think you might regain the love for it though? You never know. Like say you got to squawk today.
But Crawford did not reject the idea outright. Terence Crawford has stated that he would accept the matchup if Gervonta Davis chooses to move up to his weight division.
Hank gave a little prediction on the fight, talked about Errol has a metal shield and you have a glass shield, talked about the punch resistance. What do you think it takes to set such that? Could he get it in the future? I mean, you came up from 35, right?
He ain't fighting no real guys at 47.
Everyone's talking about Errol fighting the winner, Canelo and Jamel. Could you ever do that? Is that too much weight?
What, 168?
Yeah.
I ain't want to do that.
Right.
So you got Canelo winning then, right? Then
Definitely. If he fighting at 168, definitely.
Let's be honest, Gervonta Davis hasn't appeared at his best recently, after dealing with legal issues and time away, and following a performance many considered underwhelming against Lamont Roach. Some observers believe his dominance is fading and question whether he is still operating at the level fans once expected.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes and daring to be great.
You would fight him,
man. Tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow, man. Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh, man.
You're going to have a pre-count.
Then what the people going to say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
I don't know.
Instead of concentrating on redemption, Gervonta Davis appears focused on generating headlines. He has attended other fighters' press events, faced legal troubles, and pursued money-driven matchups, such as calling out Jake Paul, rather than dedicating his energy to competing against boxing's top-level opposition.
Hank did that, so I know the got in his eye, but they should have counted it. They would have counted it, it would have went to Lamont Roach. What I didn't like about Tank, he was gassing up Lamont Roach way too much, and he was already talking about like retiring.
He a little distracted, didn't he, in the fight?
That wasn't the same Gervonta Davis we're really used to seeing.
It just lets you know how corrupt like the governing bodies are, bro. If that dude took a knee, not only did he take a knee, he's like, hold on real quick. Let me get this out of my eye. How is that not a point? Like,
you know, funny thing, bro, that's why I cut my braids off. I had braids and I had the same thing. I went through the same shit. When I fought Andre, that shit was burning my eyes, so I cut that shit off.
And now he reportedly laid hands on Terence Crawford, not inside the ring or under official fight conditions, but in a backstage area. That kind of incident does not resemble the fighter fans once admired. The version of Gervonta Davis, who delivered devastating knockouts and helped carry the excitement of the promotional era tied to Floyd Mayweather Jr., felt focused and unstoppable. Today, many observers argue he seems uncertain and disconnected from that same drive, raising questions about where his career is headed.
After Canelo, obviously, didn't materialize, was the next one Tank?
Yeah, I mean, that was on the 1 yard line as well, but he has to rematch, Lamont Roach. He wants to get that back, and then we'll be back in discussions with Mr. Gervonta, but man, this is the nature of boxing. You have massive fights on the 1 yard line and things just fall through.
As you're watching, like, he was a gigantic favorite, and this is on the heels of the Canelo thing. Are you like, what the fuck is going on here?
I don't know, though, because I never really thought Tank was that good. It would just take the right fighter to pick him apart, to be honest. Someone who had high activity and wasn't afraid of his power. So I always saw so many holes in his game. So to me, it wasn't that surprising that someone finally gave him some good work.
If you do fight, what weight would it be at?
195.
Oh, wow. So he would go all the way from 40 to 95?
Yeah, I mean, it would be an exhibition.
Okay. And so what does that mean? Is that 3-minute rounds?
Yeah, 10 3-minute rounds.
And when you say exhibition, like, what are the restrictions on that?
No restrictions, just the fact that like we couldn't actually get it professionally sanctioned.
Okay. Is that still of interest to you? Like, if he wins the rematch and you beat Julio, is that of great interest to you later this year?
For sure.
And talking about Floyd Mayweather Jr., he has clearly chosen a side, and reports say he no longer stands with Gervonta Davis. Mayweather reportedly stated that Davis crossed a line by disrespecting the family of Terence Crawford, something he could not support. That must hurt for Davis, because the mentor who once guided his career and helped shape his rise is now distancing himself. The reality is that Crawford does not need this drama. His attention remains on fighting Canelo Alvarez, one of boxing's biggest stars, in a matchup that could define his legacy. Crawford already unified the division at 147 pounds and defeated Errol Spence Jr. in a dominant performance, proving he belongs at the top. Now he is challenging the face of Mexican boxing, aiming to solidify his place as the pound-for-pound best. That is why he told the media he would not allow distractions from Davis to derail his preparation. When you compare the magnitude of the Canelo fight, the controversy around Tank simply does not carry the same weight.
Tank is done. Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he done. Tank is done.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something solo, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that fight.
Here's the reality. Gervonta Davis is naturally smaller when compared to Terence Crawford. And if you place him next to Canelo Alvarez, the size difference becomes even more obvious. Crawford is already taking a massive challenge by moving up to face a larger opponent. And if Davis tried to enter that same level of competition, it would not look like a balanced matchup. Instead, it could appear as a situation stacked against him, raising serious questions about whether it would set him up for failure rather than success.
Oh, I'm feeling great. I've been working out. Actually, I just got done running before we, head into the press conference. So everything is going according to plan, and I'm looking forward to becoming a 3-time undisputed champion come September 13th.
Boxing isn't only about size, but at the highest level it can become a major factor. Terence Crawford brings elite speed and fight intelligence that could give him problems. Yet he still faces an opponent in Canelo Alvarez, who is naturally larger and stronger. That physical advantage allows Canelo to apply pressure and potentially wear down an opponent over the course of a fight, making the challenge far greater than skill alone.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously.
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not. Kovalev.
Kovalev was older.
And
he does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is night.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo go?
Tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
Another thing to keep in mind, the build-up for Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez is already generating a lot of excitement and tension.
Terence Crawford, does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses either. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Errol Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. So I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68?
I don't want to make 68.
No, I know you don't. Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah, I can make one.
Press conferences have been intense, with Canelo Alvarez stating that he does not believe the size advantage of Terence Crawford is enough to justify the idea that Crawford can simply move up and take his championship titles. In response, Terence Crawford has pushed back with confidence, highlighting his undefeated record and the way he has dominated every division he has competed in.
I don't respect him anymore because he say I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that, and then he tried to, maybe Turki Al-Ashi told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So and he tried to he walk me back, and that's why I pushed him. And like I say, don't f with me.
Does it bring a different Canelo then?
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, you watch Saunders fight, right?
Which one? The Saunders. Oh,
he pissed me off. He pissed me off. Yeah. So it's gonna be almost the same.
Live only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Gervonta Davis showing up at that event was not a random move. He understood the cameras were present and that it was a moment meant to highlight Terence Crawford. It is possible that the decision to appear there was intentional, a way to disrupt the focus of the night and insert himself into the conversation rather than letting the spotlight remain solely on Crawford.
On the streets, you and Canelo, what would it look like?
Come on, man. Yeah, I know what I do. I ain't got to talk about it. On the streets, I'm me against anybody. I ain't never gonna say another man gonna whoop me. So, that's your answer right there.
I guess in Guadalajara, you think it'd be a little different on the streets if Terence came to town?
I think every city, every place is different, no? It's different. But we don't talking about the streets. We're talking about boxing, the beautiful sport of boxing. So that's different, way different than the streets.
And naturally, amid all the surrounding controversy, one name continues to surface. Shakur Stevenson, ***. The argument is straightforward. If Gervonta Davis truly wanted to silence criticism and take on the toughest challenges, a matchup with Stevenson would be the ideal test. Stevenson has repeatedly called for the fight, insisting he is ready to face Davis and prove who is superior, while suggesting that Davis has avoided the confrontation. He even expressed disbelief that Davis would focus on discussions about facing Jake Paul rather than stepping into the ring with him.
Going up those weight classes to face him, how can you convince fans that he can beat Canelo?
I ain't trying to convince y'all that he can beat Canelo. He's a good fighter. But, bro, I would say smaller fighters are always better than bigger fighters because, they're smaller, they're not moving. This guy is great at what he do. And another thing, bro, I don't be wondering how these guys is. Then you get hurt against
Match him off. There you talk about Gamboa.
No, he got clipped by
Gamboa,
right? How the fuck he's looking that strong over the past year? These years. He ain't been getting clipped or nothing. So that's that snack shit. I'm telling you. Y'all laugh. I'm always.
No, do tell. Open up.
And that guy that a part of it, he been caught before. He went to jail for it.
Talking about Victor Conte.
He went to jail, right?
Victor Conte.
Yeah. And he the owner of the snack shit, right? And he went to jail for it. Now it's like. You see, I don't want to throw him under the bus, but you see, Earl said some things like that, like about the people who use steroids, but he don't want to say those names, but come on, bro.
This entire situation shows one clear reality. Gervonta Davis is at a defining moment in his career. He can continue down a path of distractions and money-driven opportunities, or he can refocus and return to the level of discipline and dominance that once made him one of boxing's most feared fighters.
Didn't say you got your eye on Tank. What do you think about the rumors of Tank and Jake fight?
Man, Tank disrespectful to the sport if he choose that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that. He called cap on it. So if he won't call cap and say I'm not who I say I am.
That wraps up today's discussion. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe so you stay updated with future videos. And feel free to share your opinions in the comments. Stay tuned, and we will see you in the next one.
You saying he fighting for the money? You ain't saying Mayweather the promotion trying to make the most money off of Tank possible. You saying he fighting for the money?
If he said he went in there 0 times and requested the big fights, obviously he don't really care about the big fights. He just want to get the money, in which he's doing a good job at.
I mean, maybe he just let his team, come up with who they think should be next for him, and maybe that's why he hasn't gone in there. Because anytime we see him, hear him after a fight, well, got to sit down with Calvin and the team and Floyd and London, and they gonna come up with whatever.